good morning, or good evening, or good afternoon. Whenever you're watching this, we've covered all bases here. So, hey, how you doing tonight? BeeSquared here, or Brandon, as you will get to know me in this more casual setting, because today I'm very happy to announce that I'm bringing back the Beehive. Now, if you've been with this channel for a while, you might know what the Beehive is, but in case you don't know what the Beehive is, and say you're new, I'll just give you a quick rundown. So, basically what the Beehive is it's a little mini-series that I like to do, pretty much talking about things that I find interesting, that I find important, and just kind of taking these thoughts in my head and just kind of sharing them to, see if it can resonate with anybody, or, I don't know, stuff like that. I've heard a lot of people say that they really like these sort of videos as, stuff you can just put on in the background when you want to zone out for a bit, or when you're doing other things, you can just play one of these and just enjoy it for what it is, and I really like that concept as well. And that's why I feel like, I'd love bringing these back. So that's what we're doing today. These are going to be very casual, so there might be a couple uhs and ums and stuttering and stuff like that. I'll try my best in post to kind of make things flow better, but that's kind of the feel, the vibe that we're going for with these type of videos. Just kind of relaxed, one-on-one, it's just you and me, and we're just talking about life stuff. And today in particular is a topic that I find very interesting and intriguing and very close to home, and that is the concept of rising above your fears. Now, you see, here's the thing. I love fear because it is a fantastic way to bring everybody to the certain point, Doesn't matter if you're fucking Bill Gates or this guy right here who's just got out of the shower. It doesn't matter who you are, we have all experienced fear. As a collection of people living on this place we call home, each and every single one of us has felt that weird anxiety, fucking rumbly tummy business once in our lives. And I love that because that means we can all be, get on the same page and start our journey of realizing just how much of a blessing fear is to have in our lives. So, I guess to kind of start this thing off, I'm going to share with you a story of mine, my experience with fear. And probably in too much detail, because I like being as transparent as possible with these things. And shit, it's just us here. We're just talking. So, yeah, so I guess my experience with fear is very much similar to probably a lot of other people's out there. When I was growing up, as we all do as kids, our brains are like sponges, right? They soak in all sorts of good stuff and information, and we're just having a blast. Learning new things is a lot of fun. However, there was one thing in particular that always really seemed to find its way into conversation, and that was the concept of a job. Where I'm from, the people in my life, a lot of my family members, they didn't really talk about their work life in a very positive light. And I'm sure this is kind of the same for everybody, We get this impression that it's funny. It's like it seems like we connect through negativity more than we, do positivity. And when it comes to job stuff, I guess, unfortunately, a lot of people find things to be upset about. They choose to find things to get upset by, irritated by, and that just became a running topic within the family. Well, as a kid, I was a very fearful, kind of just not too outgoing. Up until very recently, I was very much a very shy kid. And, oh my god, that's my fucking alarm. Give me a minute. So unless I'm mistaken, I believe I was talking about just hearing a bunch of negative stuff about jobs and all that. And because my brain was like a sponge, like I said before, just soaking in so much information, when the only thing I had to go off of about a job and all that sort of stuff was like negativity, mostly, that whole thing kind of manifested itself into a very tiny, very minuscule, but real seed of worry and fear about the future. I don't know exactly when I started to really think about it. I believe I had that kind of seed of fear all my life, but it was one of those things where, you ever had those things where it's like, you get off on summer break, right? And school is 3 months away, and 3 months feels like an eternity to you. So you're just like sitting there, just like, man, shit, it's June 1st. This is gonna last forever, That's 3 months away. There's no way that that's ever gonna happen. But time kind of does its thing, and you find yourself at that point. Well, that was kind of the case for me when it came to the job thing in school. I was thinking, oh shit, I'm in what, 6th grade? I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I don't even know what I'm gonna do tomorrow morning. Like just purely living in the moment, and I was just fine. Worries and fears about a job were way further down the line because I never thought I'd ever get there. Well, come middle school, come high school, and come walking down the stage with a fucking diploma in my hand, that seed of worry, that tiny little minuscule seed, erupted into something just gross, vile, and sinister. Besides 10th grade, I believe this whole part of my life that I'm about to describe to you may be the darkest part of my life. And of course, when I'll talk about it, we're just gonna have fun because it's in the past. I can look back on it, but I want to stress that this time was pretty rough, man. What ended up happening was right after high school, my mom, being the angel she is sometimes, she just said, hey, listen, you did good this year, you know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna have you take the summer off, you do your thing, unwind, detox from everything, and when September hits, when the buses start riding our roads again, it'll be time for you to look for a job. And the thing is that I was getting really anxious and kind of freaked out, mostly through senior year, because it was at that point where that thing I was telling myself was way far down the line, it's like right around the corner, and I was starting to kind of panic myself out, I'd spend a lot of time thinking about it and just getting worried and flustered and all that sort of stuff. So my mom, giving me time to just kind of unwind, kind of gave me some more breathing room. But damn, come September, I knew I had a problem, because I woke up and immediately those fears and worries began to creep up everywhere. Man, just taking a shower, brushing my teeth, going for walks. The only thing that truly occupied my headspace was this fear of mine for getting a job. And, there would be times where I would just, I could just push it to the side for a bit and just kind of enjoy myself, but it would always be in the back of my mind. Whenever I had some time to just clear my head, that would be the first thing that jumped into my mind. And it was because of guilt, in a sense. Because I was afraid of, facing this fear of mine. I knew it was an inevitability. So, I just kind of put it off, you know. Here's the thing, this video was supposed to be a full-out BeeSquared video, but like, when I was writing it, it got kind of really sad and, you know, whatever. And for something like this, you know, I'm making it a priority now to keep up the, you know, the high energy, the high frequency, you know, just the all love and stuff like that. Just make stuff fun, but there's no real way to avoid this sort of stuff, you know, to make it hit. To give you kind of the short and sweet version, I suffered with a lot of self-imposed mental bad shit, I guess. There would be times where I would be kind of up at midnight and, you know, just thinking that tomorrow is going to be the day that I'm going to get hired and my life's going to be over and all my time's going to be gone. And it was like I felt like I was being trapped, like caved into a little box, you know, pushed into a corner. And man, I thought about, you know, just hoping that you know, maybe this time I could have like an infinite dream, you know, just stay asleep forever and just kind of, you know, living a little dreamland stuff. And yeah, it was rough, man. It was crazy. That was one of the main things I wanted to talk about, or I wanted to stress in this video and in my original BeeSquared video, is that running away from fear solves absolutely nothing. I like to think of it as an endless cycle in a way, because, you know, you think to yourself, you know, running away feels great because if you think to yourself that if you just run fast enough and far enough, you can distance yourself between yourself and your fears, and, you know, that's just going to be good. You can live in a state of, you know, happiness all the time just by running away, and it's like a comforting blanket in a way, but it's deceiving because, you know, comfort can be a serious, like, it can really hold you back. But back to what I was saying about running away from your fear, it feels great because, you know, you're putting distance, you're giving yourself more breathing room, kind of like what my mom gave me for like after school ended and then to the summer. You know, she gave me that breathing room and it feels nice. But what happens when you run for too long? You know, I'll tell you, you get tuckered out, you know, your knees get weak, you start to breathe a lot heavier. I don't know really what I'm getting at, but the point is, you have to stop at some point. The thing is, fear knows that it can just kind of hang back for a bit. It doesn't need to spend so much energy to catch you because, short and sweet, you're doing all the work. You're putting all the energy in, you know? We spend so much time running away from our fears, you know, using all this energy, expending so much of this power we have within us. And at the end of the day, we're exhausted. And what happens? When you look up, you look behind you, you know, while you're gasping for air, who's right there? Fear. Right where it was in the beginning of the day. An endless cycle between fear and its captor. See, that's what I'm talking about, you know? If you run, what's that? Where's that really leading you? That's stagnation. That's movement without motion. You know, the light at the end of the tunnel that you see and you're reaching for, you're trying to grab it. You're just trying your absolute hardest to just get to the end, but it's impossible. Because, you know, you're running in place. Running from fear is stagnation. Growth is absent. You know, developing yourself as a human being, that's absent too. And I feel like we do this because of this kind of subconscious desire or whatever to feel safe, to feel comfort, to feel, you know, like everything's alright. And that's what I was kind of alluding to before. Comfort can be a dangerous thing because underneath, you know, the security of it lies an addiction to, you know, staying in place. It's what I'm saying, you know, a lot of the time comfort can feel incredible, you know. What I'm saying here is that comfort feels great, and if you can stay comfortable for a long ass time, that is amazing. But if you shy away from something that might scare you, or something that you feel, I guess, kind of worried by, or you're fearful of, my advice is to just kind of chase it, you know? Go for it. Because here's the thing. Over time, I've learned that fear isn't this crazy demon thing that's here to ruin our lives. It's actually the opposite. Fear is our best friend. Think about that for a second. Fear is our best friend, and I'll tell you why. Because I like to see fear, I like to do this thing called reframing, which is taking perceived negatives and flipping them into a positive. There's always positivity to be found. And when it comes to fear, I think of fear as, I like to call it, our guiding compass. Basically, what that means is that if you see something, in this case, the job thing, that feels scary, or that feels like you're stepping out of your comfort zone a bit. And I know you probably hear that a bunch, but I'm being honest and wholeheartedly truthful here. Stepping out of your comfort zone is the only way to truly grow and develop yourself as a person, and to become the wonderful, super duper spectacular motherfucker you is. Oh, fuck, I love this. I love this sort of stuff, man. But yeah, so when it comes to fear, I've learned that it's incredible if you, instead of running away and using all your energy, you know, trying to stay in place, you know, spend some time to just figure out what's bothering you and make yourself a decision and look that motherfucker in the eye and say, you know what, I'm done. I'm here to face you. I'm doing this right now. I'm going to face my fears right now, and I'm going to make this shit work, because I am a wonderful human being. I am strong, I am passionate, I have the entire world by its balls, and I am fucking ready to just tear shit up. That is the truth, my friends. That is the truth. I'm telling you. Fear is your best friend. Fear is rooting for you. It's trying to show you what you need to do to grow, to develop into a wonderful person, into the person you're destined to be. That's fear's blessing. That is what it's here to do for you. And I know it seems scary, and I know it seems crazy wild, but I've had a job now for about a month. And if I could have known way back when that I have it in me, that I had it in me and still have it in me to go to that place every day with a smile on my face, with a wonderful attitude, with the world on my just, oh my god, if I knew what I know now about fear and how everything's gonna work out, man, I'm telling you, things would have been different. So, that's my message for you today. If you take anything away from this video, please let it be this. And before I go on, thank you so much for listening this far. I know it's been quite a long time. This video is lasting more than I thought, but and face your fears, dude. You have it inside of you. Honey, you have it inside of you. You can do this. I believe in you. And you should believe in yourself too, because you are worth it. And you have it in you. There is, oh my Lord, there is so much to be seen on the other side, you guys. When you face your fears, when you do this, man, you experience new things. You take in new information. And if you can reframe that into positive things, you will realize that everything in your life is positive. Everything around you is a wonder. Every moment is a miracle. Everything that happens in your life is happening for a reason, and it's there to build you up. You are here because you matter, you make a difference, and you have the power inside of you to face those fears and become the most exponentially fucking awesome person you can be. Wow, I'm giddy as fuck right now. Woo! Ah, damn. Oh, I love this stuff, man. I get super duper passionate about this, and that's, excuse me, that's kind of why I wanted to make this a more of a non-scripted, just casual talk, because this is the sort of shit that you can't script. This has to come from the heart. And I truly believe in everything that I'm saying, and I'm hoping that, you got something out of this too. Before I recorded this video today, to kind of get into the headspace to write it, just kind of brush up on my passion about the thing, excuse me, about rising above your fear, I wrote a little poem. Here, and it kind of, in my opinion, it summarizes pretty much everything that I said here today into a quick, little 2-minute thing. So to end this video off, I'm going to read you this poem that I wrote. I don't know if it's good, but we're gonna see. So here we go. Comfort can be a dangerous thing. Security hides a twisted vision, a sick addiction of the art of remaining in a state of ignition. Behind your own wheel with your foot on the gas, knowing deep in your heart that you want to go fast. So many streetlights that you'll get to go past. Long nights on the freeway, this shit is a blast. But you're safe here. You're safe in your home, so you never go. A world of adventure that you'll never know. What if we get all caught up in the rain? What if our car gets shot up by a gang? What if we're hit by a plane? Obvious exaggerations, but stagnation results in a life without fault. A state of decay, living life this way. We hope and we pray for our chances someday, but how can we say that we're ready for change when we are so adamant on staying the same? Fear is a master at pulling your strings, keeping your heart from your wildest dreams. Security, its mask, its comforting deception, but it can be trained as your ultimate weapon. So chase it, embrace it, where fear lies, face it, and soon you will find that fear works for you. 'Cause you know the truth, that fear is your friend, rooting for you, helping you realize that you're worth it too. Thank you so much for sticking with me for this long. I really hope this helped you today in some way. And until next time, honeys, I love you very much. Thank you so much. And keep on keeping on, man. Keep on keeping on. You have yourself a great day, man. Take it easy.